Have you ever gone to a restaurant and decided not to leave a tip? Maybe you don't believe in tipping. Maybe the service was bad. Maybe you just didn't have enough money. Well, before you fill in that tip line next time you go out to eat, here's a few things you might like to consider. Servers, most of the time, make minimum wage. And I've been a server personally for over 15 years. I work full time, around 40 hours a week, and at the end of that, my paycheck typically ends up being, after taxes, $30 to $40. Sometimes $60 if I work overtime. Well, I make most of my money through my tips, just like most servers do. So I really do depend on that money. Now, it's not just me that depends on that money, it's my coworkers too. When you tip me that money, I, at the end of the night, have to tip out a certain percentage of my sales to the busser, the hosts, the bartenders, the cooks, the food runners, the list goes on. So at the end, I usually end up tipping around 10% of my sales. So if someone decides to not tip me on their bill, that means that I paid for the time I spent getting their drinks and getting their food and any condiments they need, whatever else. It helps them have a good time. Now, I know, you're thinking, what if the service is bad? I don't want to give them money for being bad at their job. Totally understandable. But the thing is, sometimes it's not up to that server how things turn out. They could ring in your drinks and your food. Maybe the bartenders are really busy, so your drink takes a really long time. After everything is said and done, the bartender is still going to be tipped out for that bill, but the server might not receive a tip at all. So they would actually lose money being your waitress, even though it wasn't their fault that the drinks didn't arrive on time. Or maybe they put your food order into the kitchen and you ordered your steak well done, but it did not come out well done. In my restaurant, I'm not allowed to go back where they cook the food. I'm not allowed to grab the condiments myself. It has to be given to me by a chef. I can't get those things for myself, so unfortunately, if it takes a while, it's not up to me. I rang it in, I put it in, I'm standing here impatiently waiting for it just like you are. But it's unfortunate when we don't receive tips because of that. My coworkers will still be tipped out. My cooks will still be tipped out. I'm the only one that loses out, even though I was the one that performed my job correctly. And I understand things happen, and sometimes you just don't have enough money to go out and tip. In those times, stay in. Enjoy the meal to go. Whatever works best for you, or consider going out another time when funds are better. I'm not saying you need to tip perfect every time, but at least consider tipping enough to cover the amount that they're required to give out to their coworkers. Thank you for your time, and enjoy your next meal out.